They just don't get it, do they? 2K just don't get it, which is really, really annoying. Like, I'm not going to make an absolute angry rant video, mainly because it's 7:30 in the morning, and the last thing I want to do is just wake up and mindlessly rant. So let me just explain the entire situation right here. And also, for those of you guys that are like, oh, you're part of the problem, I cannot stress this enough. There is nothing wrong with 2K banning people for purchasing empty. There is nothing wrong with it, and I said it in January. I said it in January that people that purchase MT getting banned, okay, it is what it is. But it needed to come with, in January, a set of circumstances which would improve the mode as a whole. Otherwise, it would be for nothing. And what did we see then? We saw what might have been the greatest packs we've ever seen. We saw stellar packs. What these were basically a 10% chance of getting an add-on of one of the highest tier players. The odds of getting a Galaxy Opal in the stellar packs were higher than the odds of getting a Galaxy Opal right now, nearly 3 months later. That is how good the odds of these packs were. If you opened a 20 bucks, which is still a lot of money, don't get me wrong, $50 is still a lot of money. There was a good chance you would have gotten all of these cards. You would have gotten all of Scotty, Chet, and Ben Simmons, as well as all the other cards, because they ended up being cheap because so many people were buying packs even after the pandemic. So all of the pink diamonds were cheap. All of the diamonds were cheap. All of the amethysts were cheap. They were all the cheapest of their respective tiers. And the Galaxy Opals, again, almost everybody had untradeable versions of these guys. So it was really, really good. People liked it. And then 2K came out with the alternate reality drop. And it was the last time they did any sort of like boosts for untradeable cards. And what 2K did with the alternate reality drop was they put in 2 really good Galaxy Opals and 2 really bad Galaxy Opals in Pau Gasol and Klay Thompson. And they basically made it so that if you got a Galaxy Opal, there was a 90% chance you either got Pau or Klay Thompson. So they undid the good thing they did. They did a really good thing the week before. And then they have alternate reality packs. They made something slightly better than normal. And obviously people didn't like the alternate reality packs because it was basically just guaranteed Pau Gasol if you got a Galaxy Opal or Klay. And people got angry, so they never did it again. And I think this was intentional. I think this was a decision that there's somebody there that just didn't want to do this. And they probably had good feedback from the stellar packs. And they were like, look, people don't actually want this. They liked it for a once off. When people came back, suddenly MT purchasing was gone. I don't know. I actually don't know. This genuinely seems to be something out of spite at this stage. Because 2K have then said, now we are adjusting the suspension policy. First time offenders will now face 30 days. Repeat offenders will face a permanent ban. So what it previously was 10 days, 30 days permanent. And I think 10 days, 30 days permanent was perfect. Because you've got a ban, which is essentially a warning, a 10-day ban, which is basically a warning, a 30-day ban, which, considering there's only 8 months of the year that's relevant, you're losing 12% of the year with a 30-day ban. And if you have both of them, you have 40 days ban, which is a huge chunk. And then a third time permanent, 3-strike rule. And now the first time is 30 days. And one big thing that's a problem with this, first of all, the reason why people are buying MT right now is, if you watch Troy Dance pack opening, he spent $700 trying to get Galaxy or Dark Matter, and he didn't get one. He spent like $2,500 trying to get Dark Matter Kobe Bryant. $2,500 trying to get Dark Matter Kobe Bryant. If you spend $5,000 on packs, sell everything back, you could probably get the same purchasing MT for $300. There is that much of a discrepancy. However, in the week of stellar packs, so just for example, Ben Simmons was like 650k. Scotty was like, I'm pretty sure I sold my Scotty for like 250. And then Chet was around 130, 140k. So these guys were roughly $1 million MT each, or $1 million MT combined. For the whole set, it was about $1 million MT. And at the time, it was about $50. So if you wanted these cards specifically, you would probably, like within $100, there was a high likelihood you got everything. Worst case scenario, it was $100 versus $50 to get all the cards. And then also with the $100 or $50, you spend $100 on the packs. You could sell all your whatever you got back, and you would probably make, I don't know, about 150,000 MT. So all of these cards plus 150k versus like $50. So it was at least somewhat comparable price wise. It was at a ratio of around, like, I would say probably 1.5 to 1. If you paid, you would need to spend like 1.5 times the amount of VC as MT. And I think with the risk of getting banned, people would be willing to make that risk. Right now, to get your worth, to get the same worth of VC versus MT, the ratio is about 20 to 1. 1.5 to 1 in Stellar, understandable. I think if you bought MT during Stellar packs, you were crazy. If you buy MT now, I think you're, even if you are going to willing to take the 30, you're just being financially fine. The reason why they're doing this is because people were just taking the 10-day bans. People were just taking the 10-day bans. And do you want to know how to stop this? Make people actually want to play the game. Because in previous years, 2K have done 2-week bans, and fairly commonly done 2-week bans. And nobody wanted to just take, no one was willing to just take a 2-week ban. They weren't. If people got a 2-week ban, they were pissed because they couldn't play the game for 2 weeks. Now it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter anymore. Because whatever about people are going to take the 10-day ban, take it as a vacation, because nobody likes playing this game in the first place. But it's just a huge issue. It's a huge issue, and it's not being proactive. Like, look at how badly I ratioed them. They actively make pack odds worse, make VC worth nothing, and then increase the punishment for the people that just want to save money. Like, if you want to even make a competent team, and I'm not even saying good, I'm saying competent. If you put $100 into this game, you're getting a couple of Galaxy Opals and a couple of Pink Diamonds. If you want to make an actual competitive team, not even competitive team, if you even want one Dark Matter, you're putting in hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And you can be like, oh, but like that's just the way it is. That's just the look of it. And this time last year, let's not forget. This time last year, this was one of the best point guards in the game. Because of the way D Rose moved, he was one of the best in the game. This time last year, you can see April the 19th, Derrick Rose takeoff. On the 19th of April, we got Kawhi, who was basically a copy-paste of his Dark Matter, who was one of the best locks in the game. 20k. MPJ, 20k. Kevin Love, 30k. Who's one of the best power forwards in the game. Derrick Rose, 80k. You could, and if these packs here were equal chance guaranteed to get. So I don't think there was, at this stage last year, very few people were buying MT because you could always rely on the Tuesday packs. And even through Season 7, if we remember the Hero Tuesday packs, if we remember things like these, where you could get Danny Granger, who was God, Larry Johnson, Miles Turner, even Bogut was half decent for like 3,000 MT. Like, these guys were all absolutely insanely good. All of these like Tuesday packs, they were so good. And like, again, these were 15k VC. 15k VC. Larry Johnson, these cards went to like 25k, these Dark Matters. So nobody was buying MT at this time last year because everybody was affordable. They made the odds good, which made everybody affordable, which meant more people were playing the game, which meant more people were getting good cards, which meant more people were having fun playing MyTEAM. But this year, they've sucked every bit of fun out of the game. Unless you are a problem gambler or love games of chance, aka RNG or packs, unless you are a problem gambler, there is no point booting up this game. There actually isn't. Last year, they did everything so well. It was so easy to obtain the new cards. If you just grinded the game a little bit, you could get together the MT to get a lot of players. Right now, you're just not going to be able to do that. Even though it seems to be quote-unquote easier to make MT because of no contracts, it's just not, because the rewards you get for all these, for a lot of modes, are now untradeable. No one was ever making MT from just playing the game. You do make more MT this year for that than last year. The way people were making MT last year was by picking up these like miscellaneous rewards along the way and being able to sell them for 1, 2, 3,000 a piece. And you can't do that anymore because they're all untradeable. Playoffs, don't even get me started. But it's just a lack of looking in the mirror. And I cannot stress this enough. If we were in a situation like last year, where you didn't have to spend a ludicrous amount of money with VC, where cards seemed attainable without spending money, I wouldn't be making this video. But this is the year where everything just seems unattainable. I'm somebody who has not booted up this game in 3 weeks. It has been, well, 2.5 weeks because I've been away. It has been nearly 3 weeks since I booted up this game. And my team, I'm just telling you right now, I only have like 250k MT. There is one player that would make my team. Peter Goodmanson. In 2 weeks, there is one single player that will make... I haven't played the game in 2 weeks. One new player would make my team. Because everybody else that's good enough to make my team is way out of the price. And like, I'm someone who has spent $300 on this game. On my account. I spent $300. I effectively have a budget squad right now. Because I've a couple of 100,000 MT. But there's nothing to do with it other than maybe buy AK. Otherwise, you're either spending 300k on a player or you can get a equivalent for 5k MT. It does the same thing. But yeah. 2k, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. This is not objectively a bad thing. Cutting down on MT selling is not a bad thing. It's not. It is actually not. I think that if MT sites didn't exist, the game would be in a better place. But 2K have to realize that they are the reason why this year more than ever MT sites are rampant. And that the only people that can fix this are 2K. And not by alienating their player base, not by banning everybody, not by shutting down accounts they don't like for 30 days. By actually making it so that if we put in money into the game, we get something. Or actively making it so that people have fun playing this game anymore. Because right now, the only people that are having fun are the problem gamblers and the people who are lying to get logos. So hey, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.